about to get comfortable. I'm about to get comfortable. We gonna consistently do what we do. Talking is talk, walking is walk. I'm about to get comfortable. I'm about to get comfortable. Oh, they don't like that. Oh, cause I'm here and ain't going nowhere. I'm about to get comfortable. I'm about to get comfortable. We gonna consistently do what we do. Talking is talk, walking is walk. I'm about to get comfortable. I'm about to get comfortable. Oh, they don't like that. Oh, cause I'm here and ain't going nowhere.
The question for me is, can I play without cheating this game? The day I can't give the game everything on the floor is the day I'll be done. Lucky for you guys, that day is not today.
Welcome, Erica. I seen you, Erica. What's going on, Erica? Thank you for joining the live stream today. Let me go ahead and get into the intro and get straight into the show real quick. Put this right here. Let's go.
Let him cook. Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said let him cook.
What's going on, everybody out there in YouTube world, YouTube land? I am Jay Jones, and welcome to the live stream lineup. That was a good one. Yeah, I got it right. All right, y'all. Well, welcome to the live stream show. I hope that you guys are going to enjoy yourself on this Friday evening, right? It's snowing like crazy right now in Michigan, so it's nowhere to go. So I'm going to go ahead and throw in a show here. I got a couple topics, right? I got one thing I call off topic, which it's about a woman's idea of what she thinks a man is. And then the rest of this, we're going to talk about Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, and Donald Trump, and something that I found pretty interesting that I think that they all have in common, right?
Sensational.
That's kind of going to be a little bit towards the end. I guess that would be kind of my main event. And then I just seen something come across about Trump's tariffs on Mexico. Was it Mexico? Dang, I forgot the story already. It was like three places, 25%, I think, on Mexico, Canada, and another spot. So I wanted to kind of see what that was about, react to it in real time, kind of give my idea on it. Yeah, I think that'll be it. So yeah, I got one off topic. I got what I think they have in common, because, the media is man, they are really spinning a narrative. And in real time, you're starting to see how people panic, right? Like, if they really were to poke their head out in the world, they would see that it's what they're talking about on TV isn't even happening out here in the world. It's all fine. Shout out to the one redhead in the building. Canada, Mexico, and China. There we go. Shout out to you, the one redhead. Appreciate it. So, yeah, I want to react to that in real time, kind of see what's going on with that. Make sure y'all hit the like button on the way inside. And, yeah, man. Yeah, let me just get y'all my... So here's some housekeeping stuff real quick, man. So I shot man-to-man... talk last Saturday, right? It was such a good vibe. It was such a good vibe with the fellas. And my guy Rob hit me up and said the audio was trash.
Sensational.
Oh, man. He said the audio wasn't good. It was only a couple spots that I could take. So gonna have to find a way to reshoot man-to-man talk for you guys. But don't worry about it, man. I think the third time would be better around. Better time around. But anyways, I'll be working on that. This month is just going to be more live streams. I'm trying to do a lot of live streams this month. I'm going to try to kind of hit a record for me this month as far as live streams. So you guys should see a little bit more of me this month. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But I'm kind of down, man, because I really wanted to bring you guys man-to-man talk. It was such a good vibe, and all I got really is pictures and a couple like promo videos, but I'm gonna see if I can get my guys back together and It'll probably come out in March. But in the meantime, in between time, I will have content on my page. All right. So let's get into the show. All right. Let's get into the show. I want to give my thoughts real quick, man. I kind of want to give my perspective on what I think is going on right now with people in politics.
Sensational.
Okay? Let me go ahead and bookmark this so I know where I'm at. Listen, Democrats are panicking like crazy.
Sensational.
I mean, they are panicking like crazy. Donald Trump has been in office for what, maybe on Monday, it'll be 3 weeks, right? And they have literally been panicking over everything that this man does. And I said, is this what you guys are going to do for the next 4 years? Not that it bothers me, because I mean, I see what he's doing, right? And I'm saying, okay, he just started. He's trying to get things under control. He hasn't even done anything yet. Well, let me take that back. He's done things, but like you can tell that he's setting up a move. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. Chess pieces on the chessboard. He's just setting things up, right? Stopping the freeze, wants to make sure the money isn't just going out in places, signing executive orders, putting law and order in place. You know what I'm saying? So, putting things in place, right? So that's all he's doing. I mean, imagine when he catapults and says, all right, time to implement the plan. What are you guys going to do then? So right now, liberals or the Democrats, whatever you want to call them, Diddycrats, they're panicking, or they're so upset about the DEI. They are upset about DEI. Okay. Some folks are saying that, oh my gosh, he's going to sign us right back into 1965. And here's where I'm at with it, right? I can actually understand both sides of the argument, right? I'm objective here when it comes to that. But I also believe in qualified people. Okay. Like, I don't believe in just saying, hey, we're going to go ahead and put a quota on how many people we need for this position, that position, because we just want people to feel better. I want people that are in position, right? For example, as a real estate investor myself, I did try to do the whole hire a black person, black owned company. I did that. I tried to do that on my very first flip. And this isn't anything racist or whatever, because I don't care what they do, right? I have a go-to contractor. He's great. And he's not black. But I remember I had this one black guy come through, and he was an electrician. And I was like, really like, man, I want to empower black people. I want to, because the money I'm going to be spending in this house, I want to, put it into a black family. I was going down that road, right? And he comes in, he's sagging his pants. You could tell he's not an electrician, but he lied and said he was. And he went from talking about what he could do for me in this bathroom. I just needed like a switch, some type of amp. And he's like, oh, I could do this too, man. I could do your cabinets. I could do this. I could do that. He was very unprofessional. Very unprofessional. And I'm like, so do I just give him my money because I'm supporting somebody black? Or do I wait for somebody who's actually qualified, that I feel that can do the job? And I did wait for someone who was qualified. And guess what? He was a little bit expensive, right? Right? Shout out to my guy, Alan. I'm not on Facebook right now, but he's like my go-to electrician. But guess what? He's good. Master electrician, guy is good. So at that point, I didn't care what color he was. At first, I was like, yeah, I want to empower black. And then I said, you know what? Let me take that off, because at the end of the day, I have an investment that I'm trying to put into this house, and I'm trying to make money from it, right? I'm trying to make a return. I'm not trying to make people feel better. And so then I got the right electrician, I got the right plumber, I got the right general contractor, and all everything, right? And I did have somebody that was black that I did help out on those projects, right? But it was because they were qualified. Because they had experience. And not just because I wanted to do identity politics type thing. So when I hear DEI, I think of, I don't want to just empower somebody, or not empower somebody. I don't want to just give somebody something I see you one word ahead. I don't want to just give you my money because I feel that it would be diversity, right? Because again, I was trying to fix up a home. I need to make money for my family. Like, I'm taking a risk on this. And so I don't care who does it as long as they do their job. And so when he came in as an electrician, I was like, you know what, man, I'm not going to hire him. Number one, because he was very unprofessional. Number two, I could tell he didn't know what he was doing, and I'm not even an electrician. And I'm not about to get swindled by this guy and give him my money and then he runs away with it. And so I didn't do that. I didn't do that. So, you know, the one redhead says it. He says, hire only qualified people, not color of skin. And so you have the Democrats that are really upset about DEI. And here's the thing. I think that maybe Trump's delivery is not the greatest, right? This is me being objective, right? Make sure y'all hit the like button on the way inside. Because I think that Trump sees DEI from like the federal lens, like how much of a poison it's been on the federal side. I think that us on, I would say the ground level are looking at DEI like, you got black folks that look at it like, oh, it's just black people. He trying to roll back black unemployment and this and that. But then it's also the inclusion part, which is also for LGBTQ and all that other stuff. So we're looking at it from a different lens. I think Trump is looking at it from, it's a poison to just put people in place because of the color of their skin and not because of the quality of their work.
Sensational.
Right? And so I get that part. I don't think that we should just be hiring people just because they're black. Why? There's black and qualified folks out there, black and skillful folks out there. That's a slap in the face to someone who went to school and developed those skills or developed that expertise than just to give it to somebody because you got to fit a quota. I mean, let's look at what's going on out there in LA. Isn't she like a fire chief or something? And she was on video saying that if your husband is in a fire, then he's just got himself into the wrong fire.
Sensational.
And I'm like, well, first of all, no disrespect, but like, if you're going to be a woman and you're going to be in that job, a physically demanding job of a firefighter, they have to carry around a lot of stuff. I would definitely hope that you can carry a grown man outside of a home. Carry me outside of a home. That's your job. But something like that, like what she said, it makes you think like, what are we doing? Now, here's the flip side of that. I know that Trump just mentioned something about diversity about the plane crash, right? And so here's where I'm going to push back and say, you know what? I'm not even going to feed into that conversation. I'm not, because I don't really know what he means by that. And sometimes you got to let things play out, because I've done this to Donald Trump before where I may have reacted prematurely. And then a couple years go down the road or down the line, and I'm like, oh, snap, he was actually right about that. So, again, I get both sides of the argument. I get it. I'll listen to you on it. But I will say this, just like what the one redhead said, it's all about qualified people, right? We got to hire qualified folks, and that's it at the end of the day. But to make it seem as if Donald Trump is trying to get rid of black people and black employment, it's just Trump deranged syndrome to the fullest degree. Now, what I want to see is at the end of his 4-year term, let's look at the black employment numbers. And let's also see, is black unemployment at the lowest that it's ever been? Because what if at the end of all of this, all the black people that are saying DEI, bad thing, Trump's being racist, he don't want black people, what if he has the lowest black unemployment of all time, or one of the lowest in any presidency? What would that then say? That would say that we weren't in a racist world, or people weren't not hiring you because of the color of your skin. So again, give things a chance, which is what the Democrats are not doing, right? The Democrats are not No, that phone is broke, so put it down. The Democrats are not giving anything a chance. Nothing. So I'm at the point where I'm like, let's let them react. Let's let them overreact while work is getting done. So that's the thing, right? So let's go ahead and get into it, man. Let me know y'all comments below. This is an interactive show. I will put you up on the screen, and I will, whether it's good or bad, show y'all some love, right? If this is your first time here at the live stream lineup, welcome. Say what's up. And then if you can't say what's up, just make sure you hit the like button, man. That's all I ask for. It's a free show. I mean, I can at least get a like in there, you know what I'm saying? All right, so let me get to this first clip real quick. Let me see what this lady talking about. I seen it real quick on, I think it was about Cam Newton, and I wanted to react to it. I don't think I seen the entire clip, but let's see what you're talking about.
Retail ideology. Women come and lead with fit this or you have no value. Men come in and go, all right, I'm here and I'm going to learn how to be the best I can for you. And then women do what? You're taking too long. You're not getting there because you haven't fit the box of the fairy tale. 99.9% of women who come in my office, I'm having to work on breaking their fairy tale ideology of their husband. And hold on, let me say this. They almost always have an amazing husband. But because his amazingness doesn't fit her idea of amazing, guess what? He ain't shit. To her.
Okay, I don't remember this.
Sensational.
Interesting. I don't know. Should we touch on this? I don't know if women gonna like my take. Okay, I understand what she's trying to say, and you know what? I don't think to any woman really there's a perfect man. I think there are good men out there. I think there are really good men out there. But I think there are some delusional women out there too. I think that any little thing can make a man just not attractive or this and that. I don't know, man. I think men are more accepting of women and their flaws. We understand that, a lot of these women are the same, right? Let's be honest, right? Just like they say all men are the same. Some of these women are the same. But we're willing to accept a woman and her flaws, love her unconditionally. Like men love unconditionally. Whether you believe this or not, men will love you. They'll stick through with you. That's why you see a lot of men who will be miserable, but they'll stick around because a lot of times we're just creatures of habit, right? We just don't want to start over again and we want to be comfortable with you. But we love who you are no matter who you are. And we constantly find ways to maneuver, right? We find ways to try to fit within what that woman's trying to do, right? There are a lot of men who have changed who they were, tried to fit into a woman's system, right? Or this particular woman that they are with. I've seen it so many times to the point where they lose themselves and they try everything for her and it still ain't good enough.
Sensational.
It still won't be good enough. Or it'll be good enough for a moment and then she wants more. She wants something different. And so, I don't think there is a such thing as a perfect man to most women. I don't think there's a such thing as a perfect man to most women. And can I be honest with you? And I mean this in a really good way. And some women will probably agree with me. Some women are really delusional, when it comes to men, when it comes to dating, when it comes to expectation. They're really delusional. They're expecting him to pretty much do everything and anything and be a robot and not have any feelings. And they don't understand sometimes that like life happens and like, yeah, he may be good at one moment, but then he may need help. He may need financial help. He may need emotional help. He may need a lot. Men go through stuff too. We just know how to hide it differently because we know that at the end of the day, it's on us all the time. Regardless, win, lose, or draw, it's on the man. And then we're there to try to make sure that the woman is okay. Right? So just my opinion. I don't think to most women that there's a such thing as a perfect man, even though they're searching for a perfect man. And then when they find a perfect man, and I'm sure some of y'all have seen it in the chat.
Sensational.
I'm sure y'all have seen it.
Wait a minute.
Women will get a really nice guy. I mean, a real guy. He's got like a superstar, man. Like the dude is good, probably church going, God fearing, you know what I'm saying, faithful man. And then they will tear that man down. You ever heard somebody say, man, she's ruining a good man? Or a woman can ruin a good man? I've seen it so many times where a woman knows she got a good man. And I mean, she will stretch him to wit's end. And I'm like, bro, you can get any and everybody, bro. But because he loves her, he stays with her. And man, some of these women will tear down a good man. And it is so sad to see. It is so sad to see, right? Shout out to my man BX Mill in the building. Says too many women listen to their second aunties and mothers. And the sad part is they're not in successful marriages. They're not in successful relationships. You know, they've had man after man. They're in their 50s, still got boyfriends trying to give out relationship advice. Compared to listening to that one lady who is married, yeah, she might be more of a square, but she can give you some real game. She gonna tell you to cover yourself up. She gonna tell you to have a little mystery to yourself. She gonna tell you to talk with some sense. She gonna tell you to be a little feminine. She gonna tell you to do those things, but the question is, will that be the thing that they actually do? So I just seen this comment, wanted to, react to it. I call this off topic. So, when I want to get off topic of the politics, this is it, man. So y'all let me know. Do y'all think that there is really a such thing as a perfect man in a woman's eyes? Because for me, I don't think I've ever said I'm looking for a perfect woman. I don't think I've ever said I'm looking for a perfect woman because nothing is really perfect. I'm gonna read your comment, Alta. But I think you can just accept people for who they are and then understand, again, their flaws and everything. But yeah, I just think that, I think women have a little bit, I don't know. I just think that their expectation is much different. And maybe because of the emotions, they kind of like sway really easily. So let me read Alta's comment. Alta says, but while I'm here, hear this. Men have to take their proper place and lead. A perfect man is the one that makes a woman feel confident that following him is safe. Then she can be his strength, right? But I think that women have to allow men to lead. I think there's a bit of hesitance when a man wants to lead, right? Because every man leads differently. Some men are a little bit more assertive with their leadership, where they're kind of like, hey, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. Come with me. Some women may say, oh, he's trying to control me. And you do have to kind of know what that looks like, right? We said that on the Man to Man podcast, right? It's a thin line sometimes between lead and control. And then you have some men that are very passive with their leadership, but then some women may take over that. But I do think that women have to allow a man to lead, and you have to give him that assurance that he can make decisions and make mistakes, and you're still going to stand by his side. You can't just stand by his side when everything is going right. That's so easy, right? When y'all go and buy a house and you get married and you got a car and the baby's here and the money's flowing good, it's easy to stand by his side at that point because, oh my gosh, he's made all the right decisions. But then when he makes a mistake or he's in a bad decision, are you going to stick by him then? Or are you going to say, well, it's all because of you and you doing this and that and you're not giving me this? Part of leadership is also failing. And I think that, women need to let a man lead. And you have to be comfortable with that. And being comfortable with that means sometimes you have to let go. You can still help. And I think that women have this false understanding. Men want you to give feedback and help. And again, be a helpmeet or a helpmate to him because we need that extra help. We need that other voice of reason. But you got to let the man lead. You gotta let him lead. So I think Alta brings up a great point, right? You gotta let that man lead. Got to. But also too, I will say this. Shout out to Roro in the building. I will say this too, though. You do have to judge a man based off of where he is in life to know if he knows how to lead, right? Because not everybody is qualified for the job, right? Let's just keep it. So even though I'm a man, but what fruit do you have? You know what I'm saying? Like where are you at? Do you have like any kind of investments? You know, what decisions have you made to this point? Like just for example, right? And I hate to say it like this, but let's just say he's got, you know, a few baby mamas, and you know maybe he don't got it all together, and you know he ain't working, just a bunch of stuff. Like maybe he don't have it all together, and you say, well, you can't even lead yourself. How can you lead me? Right. So I do think that, you know, you do have to kind of judge a man if he's ready to lead or not. Right. What's up? All right. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna read your comment and go to the next one. Shout out to Johan in the building. Um, Shout out to BX Mail. BX Mail says that can't have a sassy man leading y'all. Yeah, but that's another issue. Yeah, that's why I said that they do have to be qualified, and you do need to kind of see what he's got going on, because I was gonna make a blanket statement, but then I said, you know, some of these men don't know how to lead though, and so that is a concern for some women. To keep it 100 with you, that is a concern, because if a woman has to put 100% trust in you, right? She got to put 100% trust in you, 90% trust in you. She got to believe you go take her to the right place. And so if you're not a responsible man, if you're not a disciplined man and determined man, you could take her in the wrong direction. And some women are scared. Some women are scared that you're going to take them in the wrong direction. And they're like, I don't want to go back. And so that's understandable as well. So that's why I said, you know, you do got to be qualified for the job. Let me change up my screens real quick. Hold on. So, you know, good. That's a good topic. I appreciate y'all feedback. Roro says, make sure y'all hit the like button, please. Shout out to my man Johan in the building. Alta, are you subscribed to the channel? Because I tried to give you the blue icon, but I did not find you anywhere. I did not find you. So I'm gonna go ahead. You know, Johan, I've seen you on here a couple of times, big dog. So I'm gonna throw you a wrench real quick, or I'm gonna call it a blue icon. I've been watching too much Angry Man. He called it a wrench, so I'm gonna call it a blue icon. What? Hold on. All right. Yeah, not yet. You'll know. All right. Let me go to moderation. Let me see if I can find you in here. Yo. Let me put this on Do Not Disturb real quick. My goodness. I forgot all about that. Oh, y'all can see that screen? I didn't even know y'all could see that. Not that there ain't nothing in there. But Johan. I don't know, man. I don't know if y'all subscribed, or I guess you would be subscribed. I don't know why I can't find y'all in here. Unless it's under a different name. Alta says, Jay, do your kids have to allow you to lead? It's complicated now, because our culture has been teaching women that they should be men, and the men to, I don't know that word, and I ain't gonna lie to you, their responsibility. That's a good take. Hey, stop. Yeah, nope. Keep it right there. I'm sub made unless, yeah. I don't know. I guess I gotta create a reminder on that. Stop throwing that in the air because it's getting caught. But give me a second, y'all. Over there. Stop. Over there.
I'm trying to get that down.
Leave it there.
I can get it down. Sure, I can.
No, leave it there. But I'll do it in a second. All right, 1 second. Let's go to the next story. Zoe. All right. So I'll make a reminder to find it after. Let's get into this real quick. I think it's a good time to go ahead and cook into this real quick. I want to talk about Barack Obama. I want to talk about Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. Roro says, yes, we lack a foundation. Most homes are fatherless, so they were not taught to lead. There's a big part to the equation, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to figure it out, though. So let me see what BX Mail said. BX Mail said had a whole argument about Trump at my job with these 60-year-old black men, right? The old Dems and Diddies. The Dems have the generation. Let me remind that. The Dems have the generation so mind controlled. It's crazy.
Sensational.
Yeah, man. So I had somebody hit me up today, and he wanted to talk about Trump, and he wanted to say basically like, I don't know. He was just basically trying to say like he didn't like what he was doing with DEI, and it was just a bunch of like kind of hysteria stuff. You know what I'm saying? So every time I go on Facebook now, man, and I scroll down, I see somebody talking about like Trump, and they'll talk about this federal freeze. And let's talk about this real quick, because here's the thing, man. People aren't doing their research when it comes to this stuff. And they're talking about the federal freeze. And one person was trying to say that Section 8 was paused and Medicare was paused. And with just a little bit of research, that wasn't true. And so when they hear a federal freeze, they're like, oh my gosh, there's no money going out. It's like, yo, y'all didn't take a second to even stop, think, read before reacting. All they did was read from the media, and then they all just react to the same thing. And it's like, yo, y'all have to stop. So, Mel, I'm sure, man, you probably gonna need an aspirin after talking to somebody like that, and they were 60 years old. 60 years old? Yeah, you already know they don't have no mind to even think objectively, right? Unfortunately, let me tell you something what just happened, and I got to keep this in code, right? There was someone that basically decided not to have a service from someone because they came across my YouTube. And I find it funny that Democrats are so hypocritical. They are the main ones trying to talk about love and unity. And the moment you have a different political view, they're ready to cut you off. They're ready to call you names. And I'm like, really? Because you can have an opposite point of view from what I have, and we could just have a respectful discourse, and I don't care after that. But they're the ones left crying, pissed off, don't want to talk to you, talking about putting you in a prayer, put you in their prayers as if I'm demonic because I believe in a different political view than you, not a different spiritual view than you. Some of these people need some help. I'm serious.
Sensational.
Right? Some of these folks need some help, Mel. Like, I just don't understand them. And so they have been so, like you said, controlled by the media that they cannot think for themselves for 1 second. 1 second. If they just hopped out of themselves and said, okay, this is the government, right? Not everything that they do is right, and not everything that they do is wrong. But when they believe what MSNBC is saying, believe what CNN is saying, and they're just talking the same stuff and they're just getting all hyped up from these lies, they go out here and they look stupid.
Sensational.
And when somebody with a little bit of common sense comes and says, hey, 1, 2, and 3, they get mad. And they want to get you emotionally moved. I am convinced. Here it goes.
Wait a minute.
I am convinced that Democrats how do I want to say this? I know my wife probably like, uh-oh. I think they're very hypocritical. I'll say it in a nice way. I think they're very hypocritical people. And you know what I'm noticing about some folks? Well, I can't say that I'm noticing, but I'm noticing that some folks that are Democrats are super religious, but then they're very scared.
Sensational.
Don't y'all know? You notice that? Like, you would think that God, whatever religion that you are, right? Islam, Christian, whatever, God would want you to kind of be a strong person and not fear things like this, right? But when I'm seeing Democrats, they seem very fearful, folks. I've had conversations or text messages with people, and they start telling me stuff like Bible scriptures. When I say something about Trump, they throwing Bible scriptures out there, and I'm like, stop! Don't bounce that. I'm like, what? I'm like, what? Are you guys okay? We're just talking about politics, and so politics. Like I was talking to my wife the other day. I said it has gotten so toxic, right? You could talk politics probably about 12 to 14 years ago, and you can have a respectful discourse, walk away, and hey, you like Bush, you like this person, you like Al Gore, whatever, cool, and we're done. Now, if you like Trump, it's insane, right? I had to set up my daughter's Fisher Price net, right? So, yeah, man, let me read Mel's comment. My bad, I was down there cooking. Shout out to Ortis in the building. I see you, big dog. I just wanted to cook up real quick before I get into this next topic. If you don't goose, you said if you don't goose step with them, then try to turn into a, I don't know what that is. Is that a lyric? Mel said, and when they say Obama was a great president, the argument is already won.
Sensational.
Yeah, man. Obama was the main one that started all this stuff, man. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden were just the extension of what he was already doing. The same Bible that said Adam and Eve, not Adam, Eve, and X as an option.
Sensational.
Come on, Mel. Come on, bro. You about to hit right on the point I'm about to make. Make sure I hit the like button on the way inside. And then I got these Democrats who are super spiritual folks, right? Hey, stop. So you got super spiritual folks that are Democrats, right? But they're fearful of everything. And they're fearful about Donald Trump. One man. Not one party, one man. So, and then they believe in stuff like, well, no. They don't even believe in stuff like this, Mel. Abortion, right? Unaliving kids. They don't even believe in that. They don't believe in it, but they voting for it. When it comes to, multiple, pronouns, they don't believe in it, but they voting for it. On purpose, I had a conversation with someone on purpose in the summertime, and I was talking about Brittany Griner, and I was like, yeah, Brittany Griner calling herself a father, what I'm saying, or she want to be called a father of her baby. And I watched this person who I know was rocking with Joe Biden, and then Kamala Harris talk bad about Brittany Griner and say that's wrong. I don't know what's wrong with them, blah, blah, blah. And I sat there and I said to myself, but you're voting for the same thing. You're voting for that. And then when I talk about Trump, you go, oh, no, he's evil, this and that. But you're voting for evil. So anyways, yeah, man, these folks, man, they got the weirdest, they have the weirdest beliefs. They're so spiritual, but then they're believing in demonic things. Come on now. Come on, man. Like, first of all, they would not unalive a baby if it was their choice. They don't want to have a pronoun and go to church and then have somebody that's in the LGBTQ community. I don't judge them. I don't. But let them be in the church and they'll be, they shouldn't be on the pulpit. They shouldn't be over there. Judgmental folks. Judgmental. But when it comes time for them to vote, definitely black people, you voting for the very same thing that you talk mess about because you don't think logically and you didn't let the media corrupt your mind and you think Donald Trump is the villain and all of a sudden you're voting for Kamala Harris, who has done the worst things when it comes to politicians. She done locked up black folks time and time again. When asked what she was going to do for black people, she said, here's some money, here's some weed, now vote for me. Y'all talk about racists, y'all talk about racism. Joe Biden has been in government for over 50 years, came up with the crime bill, called us predators, wouldn't send his kids to school with him or his kids. It's clear as day. And then y'all make it seem as if Trump is the racist when it's clear as day that man has had racist tendencies since he's been running in office. Told you on a broadcast in New York City, mail spot.
Sensational.
If you don't vote for me, then you ain't black. Could you imagine what Trump, if Trump said anything, if he says the word black? They had their pennies in a bunch when he said black job. The dude just said black job. The word black came out of his mouth and they couldn't wait to run a story on it. And what he said was true about the black jobs being taken up by migrants. But Joe Biden can... Going back to what I was already saying. See what you done did, Mel? See what you done did, bruh? And now the demonic things that the party stands for, they're voting for. But they stand up in church and say, "Oh Almighty, how great thou art." But I'm voting for destruction. I'm voting for demonic. I'm voting for death. This is what I'm voting for. And then got the nerve to say, heard this from different Christians, oh, y'all need to have discernment. You don't have discernment. The man that you done married been cheating on you for years. You don't have no discernment. Be quiet. Don't talk to me about no discernment. I don't even know what's going on there, but I know that he be sneaking out on the backside. Discernment. Democrats are hypocritical folks, man. Let me read y'all comments. BX Mail said, Peace Nobel Prize winner who started five wars. Oh, yeah, I liked what he said. So, Alta says, my bad, man. I'm going to get on topic. Obama was an embarrassment. He went on the world apology tour, repenting for America's strengths like we should be ashamed of winning. Cable neck? And that's what you call Kamala? Cable neck. Can you, oh my gosh. Could you imagine? Oh my God. Can we get a round of applause in the chat for Kamala Harris not winning? Go back. for Kamala Harris not winning. All right. Hey, stop doing that before you fall. Stop. Go over there. Man, if she would have won, bro, you would have had liberals like, yeah, he won. She won, whatever she identifies with, right? And so, they would be up there like, yeah, we got them in. Meanwhile, right behind them, America's burning down. And they would be talking, oh, your man's not in, Orange Man ain't in there. America's burning down behind you, right? So, anyways, let me put my glasses back on. Like Shannon, like what's his name? Skip, put your glasses back on. All right. Also, the fact that they started saying I'm pro-abortion. You mean infanticide? Oh God, yeah. She brought out twerkers and Lizzo for blacks, then let them hanging when she lost. What she thinks about us? Absolutely, she don't care nothing about us, man. She don't care about us. They got military trannies going on TV pleading for acceptance. Yeah, and I seen that he took DEI out of the military, which I didn't even know DEI was in the military. To be honest with you, that was something new to me. I mean, listen, the military, we want the strongest of the strongest in the military, okay? Like, let's just keep it a bean, right? So I don't want anybody just in the military. I want strong folks in the military. And I don't want listen, man, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna just keep it right there, bro. I think y'all know where I'm going with that point. I want the strongest of the strongest in the military, all right? Kamala locked up kids for smoking weed. Right? Kamala did a whole lot. The party of death and destruction. Death, destruction, demonic, Diddycrats. Right? All the D's. You know what? Shout out to the person that I watched on this, right? I watched the video yesterday. So here, listen, I'm gonna give credit when credit is due, okay? I watched Angry Man yesterday, all right? Shout out to Angry Man. I don't know if he even watched this video. You know, maybe if y'all tag him enough, maybe I'll get around these YouTube streets. And I watched Angry Man yesterday, and he had a really good video. And it described what the elephant was and the donkey was inside of the political world. So listen, do y'all know, before I go to this next topic, do y'all know where the donkey came from and what it stands for? I got a feeling Ordis know. He's just like, I got to come up with a good name for you. I feel like Ordis probably know. But do y'all know where the donkey came from and what it really means? And the elephant? All right. So I'm gonna say it. I wanted to give y'all a second. Make sure y'all hit the like button as well, man. That's all I ask if you're in the background watching. So Andrew Jackson, they used to call Andrew Jackson a jackass. They used to call Andrew Jackson a jackass. And so what he did as a form of a troll move, the way that I call it, is that he embraced the donkey as the symbol for the Democrats. And he won, right? He won. And then the elephant was supposed to represent, what was it? I think the elephant was supposed to represent like strength. I forget what the elephant was supposed to represent, but one of it was like strength, right? And then the Republicans took that on. So the Democrats have embraced the donkey, which is a jackass, which is very quite ironic.
Wait a minute.
And I'm going to leave it right there. Because ever since I seen that, when I was like, why they got a, they got a donkey. Like, why is a donkey their political symbol? And I was like, the elephant was just like an elephant. This is kind of normal. And I did wonder why they even used animals anyway to identify as like Republican and Democrat instead of just like R and a D and something like that. But it is funny that it was named Jackass. That's where it came from, because people was calling Andrew Jackson a jackass. So he trolled. Quite ironic. I wonder if the Democrats even know that. I wonder if they even know
Sensational.
what their party stands for, what that symbol is. Stay down here. Get down here. So, yeah. All right, so let's get into the next topic, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Let's get into the next topic, all right? I want to talk about what these politicians have in common. Let me center that. Yeah, let me center that up real quick. Yeah, let me center that up. Yeah. I want to talk about Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, and Donald Trump. Okay? I want to talk about all of them. Let me get my daughter this one. And you can share. So do y'all know the stance? Do you understand that all of these people were against illegal immigration? Every single one of them that I named, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, and Donald Trump, all not for illegal immigration. And they're all for legal immigration. And so this goes right into what Mel's point was earlier, right into BX Mel's point, right? Hold on one second. So what I think is happening here is the media has found a way to corrupt minds into thinking that Donald Trump is a racist and he's evil for deporting folks. But I think what we need to pay attention to is this exact point right here. And I want to show you exactly what they were saying. Let's roll the tape.
Resurfaced, and it sounds like Obama is saying everything that the media attacks Donald Trump for.
Even as we are a nation of immigrants, we're also a nation of laws. Undocumented workers broke our immigration laws, and I believe that they must be held accountable, especially those who may be dangerous. If you're a criminal, you'll be deported. If you plan to enter the U.S. illegally, your chances of getting caught and sent back just went up. The actions I'm taking are not only lawful, they're the kinds of actions taken by every single Republican president and every single Democratic president for the past half century.
This video just resurfaced, and
All
it sounds like Obama
so
is...
That's what Obama said. So what I want to do now is I want to go over... Give me a second. And of course... Are you serious? I'm sorry, a second. I had all this lined up, and how did that go away? All right, so that's Hillary Clinton. That's Hillary Clinton. I think that was all. All right. And so now, I want to see what Hillary Clinton had to say.
So, I think we got to have tough conditions. Tell people to come out of the shadows. If they've committed a crime, deport them. No questions asked. They're gone. If they've been working and are law-abiding, we should say, here are the conditions for you staying. You have to pay a stiff fine because you came here illegally. You have to pay back taxes, and you have to try to learn English, and you have to wait in line.
Wow, could you imagine Donald Trump telling
No questions
them
asked.
that they need to stay in line? Could you imagine Donald Trump saying to stay in line? Huh. You know what, you guys? You know what? Let me see something. Did y'all know what Bill Clinton said at one point in time? I know I got that one in here, so I'm going to go ahead and pull it out. All right. Do y'all know what Bill Clinton said at one point in time? I mean, I guess it would be a surprise if Hillary Clinton was for it. But let's see what Bill Clinton said, right? Let's see what old Bill said. Right? I want to see what Bill said.
In every place in this country are rightly disturbed by the large numbers of illegal aliens entering our country. The jobs they hold might otherwise be held by citizens or legal immigrants. The public service they use impose burdens on our taxpayers. That's why our administration has moved aggressively to secure our borders more, by hiring a record number of new border guards, by deporting twice as many criminal aliens as ever before, by cracking down on illegal hiring, by barring welfare benefits to illegal aliens. In the budget I will present to you, we will try to do more to speed the deportation of illegal aliens who are arrested for crimes, to better identify illegal aliens in the workplace.
What?
Wait a minute.
As recommended by the commission headed by former Congresswoman Barbara Jordan. We are a nation of immigrants, but we are also a nation of laws. It is wrong and ultimately self-defeating for a nation of immigrants to permit the kind of abuse of our immigration laws we have seen in recent years, and we must do more to stop it.
Wow. 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 You know, that's quite interesting that they would say that. You know,
so
you talking about this one, Johan?
How many people are getting attacked? Children. They don't understand.
I think that this is an issue for some.
We'll react to that in 1 second. Yeah, we got Selena Gomez on here crying. I reacted to that one too, Johan. Yeah. So interesting how we have all of these folks, all these presidents saying that illegal immigration is not what we want. Okay? So why is it that when Donald Trump says it, it's a problem? Barack Obama, Mr. Deporter in Chief, right? Black Jesus to most of these black people who voted for him. He was amazing. Bill Clinton, Mr. Monica Lewinsky, all up in the White House, right? Black people love him too because he got domed up. Said, all right, we ain't for that illegal migration. Hillary Clinton said we not for that. She told them to get in line. She told them they need to learn English, and it would be a stiff fine if they come here. A stiff fine. She even said put back taxes on they behind.
Wait a minute.
Now, Trump ain't even say all that now. Now, Trump didn't even say, hey, he didn't say y'all had to pay back taxes. He didn't tell you y'all had to, learn English. He ain't say none of that. He just said y'all behinds gotta go. He said y'all just gotta go. This is how you know that people are so controlled by the media. This is how you know they're controlled by the media. Because they're so silly that they don't even know that the other people that they voted for also were against illegal immigration. And behind closed doors, I bet you that Hillary Clinton's probably like, yeah, okay, it's probably something I do like about Trump. Barack behind closed doors is probably like, yeah, we do need to get rid of him. They called Barack Obama the deporter in chief. So y'all tell me, what's the difference between what Barack Obama is saying all the way to what Trump is saying? Nothing. In fact, it looks like the Democrats, the death and destruction party and the demonic party, would have probably treated them a little less inhumane, right? So I'm thinking that first of all, wait a minute. Barack Obama deported the most. He deported way more than Donald Trump has. I seen the chart where they say he did like 450,000 or something in like his one of the years. Obama has deported the most. This is how you know the media is biased and people are silly and they don't know the facts. The facts is Barack Obama was deporting these illegal immigrants left and right. I remember they were giving him scrutiny and all that stuff for the Dreamers and all that stuff when I was younger. Barack Obama literally was like, everybody got to go. I don't care how they get out of here. Let's go. So what's the difference in what Trump is doing? What is Trump doing differently? Shout out to BC USA. Shout out to you. Right? Yeah, Killary got a shout out. Killary got a shout out on here. Just the Killary part, So again, what's the problem here? If Democrats were against it and Trump's against it, what's the problem? Why was there such a problem with the bipartisan border bill? Hell, I forgot to play the one with Joe Biden. And in fact, let me find it. Because Joe Biden had even spoke out about illegal immigration at one point, and he was talking for it. And this is why I believe that Joe Biden was not running the White House and he was a puppet. I hope I find it. It's an old video. It's an older video. You probably can't find it no more. Opinion on illegal immigration drastically different. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, that's all the media is doing, man. So let's see what this says real quick. It's bad quality as far as the visual, but let's see.
Is you work on this idea of earned citizens. You make them all return to the border to get a tamper-proof card. You force them, everyone, to have a criminal background check. You require that they have to prove they have a job. You have to require you prove that they have paying Social Security and paying their taxes. And then if they do that and are prepared to pay a fine, over the next 6 years they can earn their way to citizenship. They learn to speak English and learn to deal like everyone else did in order to gain citizenship.
So they wanted to fine them for 6 years. That seems kind of steep, right? And make them learn English as if they can't learn English.
But if they don't, then you send them back.
Oh, wow. I haven't even seen that one. So he's telling them to send them back too. So what's the problem here? Right? What's the problem here? You said, do I have the clip where he says he was ready to sell himself for money? No, I don't have it. If you got that clip, throw it in the chat. I'll look it up. Listen, all of this, absolutely, man. All of this is like what he just said, right? The media still fans the flames with Trump hate. All of this, even though they were for this before they became the Diddycrats and went crazy, the Democrats, they were against illegal immigration. This is no different. Trump saying, hey, they got to go. That's all he's saying. They're telling you they want to fine them, which means where does that money go? If they're going to fine them the money, where's that money going to go? They're not going to tell you where they're going to go. They're just going to fine them that money, find a way to grease their pockets. They want to go ahead and tell them they need to learn English, which is they're going to have to learn English while they're here. You know, people have to understand when they're being played. People need to understand when they are being played. This is a clear play. Again, if you research just a little bit, you would find out that Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, can't say that at the same time. Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, all were against illegal immigration. Why is there such a focus in a story and a changed narrative for Donald Trump? That should ring a bell in your head like, this seems to be a little bit biased. And so what they're doing now is they want to start playing videos of people crying at the border to make it seem like, oh my gosh, he's so inhumane. But also, they don't want to show you what Dr. Phil is showing you, where they're taking a guy into custody to send back out who was doing nasty things with children. Murderers. They don't want to show you those folks because they know, even though you're Trump deranged, you would agree that those bad people got to go. Right? So even they know if they show this on your big screen, you don't want a graper next to you. You don't want a murderer next to you. You don't want anyone doing any kind of children crimes next to you. They don't play those things on CNN and MSNBC because they don't want you to agree with Trump on sending them out to Guantanamo Bay. They want to show you the mother with her kids and him crying. Oh my God, she's trying to separate us. Listen, I understand. I'm sorry, but there's a right and wrong way to come here. For all my biblical folks, there's a scripture that says to obey the law of the land. Well, guess what? America has laws, so you have to follow those laws. That's what God said, right? Obey the laws of the land. He didn't tell you which laws to obey. He said obey the laws of the land. And so if you end up crossing the border, that's illegal.
Sensational.
So that's illegal. Yeah, the link will work. If you send the link, it'll pop up in the chat and I can look at it. BX Mill says, I think Joe Biden's decline should be investigated. I think it was going on for longer than we think. You know what? Can I give you can I give you my opinion? This is going to be probably somewhere off in outer space type stuff, man. But I'm glad I get to discuss this with y'all. You know what I think happened to Joe Biden? Because like when I see a clip like this one right here, where he was like, he looked different. He was seeming to be pretty sane. I'm like wondering, like, almost like, was this guy drugged? Like, you know how like some people are never the same after they have a particular drink or something. And you know what I'm saying? Like, did something happen where something happened to this guy? Like somebody purposely did something to him that caused him to be this, like, I don't know, impaired decline. It almost seems like, in my opinion, that somebody did something to him and caused him to just be like mentally not there. All right. It almost seems like. So I don't know, because it just seemed like so rapid from what, 20 like 2016, 2015. He seemed to be like a little bit off, but not so off. And it's like when he got in the White House, it was like dude was off. So I wouldn't be surprised if something happened to him. Somebody slipped something in his drink and like caused him to just like totally be like unusable. So that's my crazy theory, man. Because it just almost seems a little bit off how fast it happened, But I understand health does decline and it happens quickly, but it almost seems like something intentional might have been going on. It's my opinion. Shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate the person that hit the like button as well, or dislike button. I appreciate you as well. You help the algorithm. But yeah. So here's my last point on this. Let me go to Hillary Clinton. Listen, I think people are heavily misinformed, controlled by the media, and don't understand the plays that are going on, right? So this is what I believe is going on right now. I believe that the media knows that they're misinforming people and they don't care. They know that most people do not want illegal immigrants in this country, right? So this is what I think. What's going on, Puff? So I think they're heavily misinformed. They know they're misinforming people. They understand that they don't have the pulse on the American people anymore. So they just want to tap into the people that want to be Trump deranged. And that is it. That is it. That's all they want to do. So they just want to tap into that. Again, 9 times out of 10, most Americans do not want illegal immigration in this country. But they want to show you things to make you hate Donald Trump for the same things that Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama were not for. They all were not for illegal immigration. They all were not for illegal immigration. So that's So that's just my spin on it, man. My spin on it is, I just think that see if the video came up. Where did you send the link, Johan? Yeah. So I just think that the media understands what they're doing. They don't care who they're hurting. They don't care. And when you have conversations with these folks, you really feel bad for them because you start to see like, man, they don't even understand what common sense is. And when you hear the words come out of their mouth that were on TV, you're like, oh my gosh, these people are misinformed. So, just my opinion. Joe Biden, I tried to prostitute myself to big donors. Oh, is that what it was? Let me see. Let me try to type. I'll type it in real quick. Shout out to BC USA. I see you. This your first time on here, Puff. He's buffering. I don't think I'm buffering. If you disagree with them and state facts, they'll hurl every insult that fits you. Yeah, that's what I said earlier in the show. Man, I had somebody, Puff, that. Hold on. Let me see. 1 second. So I had somebody that literally, because they found my YouTube page, somebody that I know, they decided that they didn't want to no longer get their service from them because they came across my YouTube page and I was talking about Trump. I was like, so you totally didn't want to get a service that you enjoy from someone because they're connected to me, and why did you cut that person off? Like, man, these Democrats, liberals are the softest people in the world, man. All right, my bad. Joe, they soft as heck, man. I tried to prostitute myself. Let me see. Is that it right there? It looks like it was. Yeah, let's see what this is about. It's a minute. In. Let me see what Johan got up here. Let's see what this is about.
I'm sure that you would agree that your service in the Senate up to this point has not reflected any particular concern for the larger contributors.
Well, the fortunate thing is I didn't have many larger contributors, and the only reason, see, I went to the big guys for the money. I was ready to prostitute myself in the manner in which I talk about it, but what happened was they said, come back when you're 40, son, and so I had to go out. So I had to go to a number of small contributors.
Well, I think we're all grateful, Senator. You didn't take no for an answer. But Senator, aren't you a living example?
I am an anachronism. I'm a 29-year-old oddball. The only reason I was able to raise the money is I was able to have a national constituency to run for office. Because I was 29, I'm like the token black or the token woman. I was the token young person.
Wow. Whoa. Wait, whoa.
Wait a minute.
Whoa. Spin that back again?
I was the token young person.
We're talking about this
black or the token 29. I'm like the token black or the token woman. I was the 29. I'm like the token black or the token woman. 29. I'm like the token black or the token woman. 29. I'm like the token black or the token woman. I was the.
Wow. You know what?
Wait a minute.
Crazy. What? Go. Take her. Make sure she goes up there and come down. So, well, appreciate you bringing that to my attention, Johan. So this is why I love my go-getters on the channel, man. Y'all, you know, I don't mind if y'all throw something out there and the show go another way. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is impressive. This is impressive how this has not gotten out.
I was 29. I'm like the token black or the token woman. I was the token young person.
We're talking.
Wait a minute.
So let me get this right. He's a token. You are the token black person. If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Might as well throw the 94 crime bill in there. I don't want my children to go to school with you guys because you guys are predators. How these clips just happen to fall under the radar. Appreciate you, Johan. I mean, what more can I say about this, man? I mean, what more can I say about this that hasn't been said about Joe Biden? I mean, we know that the dude's a racist. And if you showed this to somebody that voted for Joe Biden, they would say, but Trump, right? We already know. It sound like Puff already know as well. They just go say, but Trump, but Donald Trump did this, but Trump didn't rent to black people. He didn't rent to that black woman. Meanwhile, they don't know that Donald Trump was giving out loans to black people in New York City, his own money. But anyways, I digressed. Oh, they don't know about, Jesse Jackson and how he was one of his biggest donors during the Rainbow Coalition and helping him run for the president of the United States when Jesse Jackson was doing that. Oh, okay. Oh, one of Russell Simmons' best friends before he turned, politician. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Oh, Don King. When Don King needed some place to, put his sporting events for boxing, he was able to go to Donald Trump's towers and Trump opened his arms to Don King. Okay. Racist. Got it. But this man just said right here that he's what?
The token black 29. I'm like the token black or the token woman. I was the token young person.
We're talking about this now.
Got it. And then he was going to prostitute himself, he said, for money if he could earlier in this video.
Didn't have many larger contributors, and the only reason, I went to the big guys for the money. I was ready to prostitute myself in the manner in which I talk about it, but
you where's that one at?
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
I have nothing to say here. Johan. This is insane. I mean, this just adds on to the stupidity of Joe Biden. I mean, could you imagine Donald Trump? I said this earlier in the show. Donald Trump can't say the word black. He cannot say the word black. If he says the word black, the moment it comes out of his mouth, it's front page of everything. He could say it in a good way. They're going to spin it. He says black jobs. Oh my God, there it is. He said it. This is just ridiculous. Joe Biden has proved that this man has been racist since the beginning. And he found a way to be a chameleon and change himself and then get Kamala Harris and find a way to finesse black folks into voting for him. Man, this is insane, bro. Insane, bro. Only mods can post links in the chat. Yeah, because I think last time you posted a link in the chat, Ortis. So maybe that's why I thought you could do it. Appreciate you, BC USA. Subscribe, man. I do these live streams weekly, so stay tuned to your community page. Shout out to Edith. Edith Faith says all of them took bribes from Israel, and the United States were not. The United States were not the country they served, but one who bought their souls. Yeah. Wow, bro. Well, I guess I could just add this to the memory bank of when he said he's the token black. Can you imagine what if Trump said he was the token black and meant that in a good way or a form of endearment? What do you mean token black? What's that mean? You know how petty black people are. Black folks can be petty. They'll act like they don't know what something means just so they can stir up some mess. But they'll be like, what's the token black mean? What you mean by that? I don't know no token black people. We ain't never had no token. We our tokens was always stole by the white man.
Sensational.
That's how a conversation would go with somebody black. So insane. Once a scumbag, always a scumbag, right? Oh man, y'all in there today, man. Make sure I hit the like button as well. But I'm racist because I'm white and voted for Trump. Yeah, and then if you black and voted for Trump, you're Uncle Tom. What else are you? You're a coon. You're a whole bunch of stuff, right? Because you can't be any different than all the other black folks, right? You can't have a different mindset than other black people. You know how many black people I've heard, and I know this for a fact. They got a problem with me because I voted for Trump. So like, and this is like some of these people before I started coming on here and voicing my political opinion, they had a lot of nice things to say about me, like, oh, nice guy, blah, 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 this and that, right? People I know personally. And they heard my political view, and all of a sudden they're like, oh my gosh, like, is that really what's going on? And they're like, oh my God, I'm going to pray for his wife because if that's what he thinks, then I'm like, really? Is that what y'all think? I guess these are the same folks that probably are saying, you know, once you guys getting rid of the illegal migrants, who's going to cut my grass now? Who's going to be my nanny? That's probably those same type of people, right? Who's going to pick my cotton? Yeah, those same type of people that say racist stuff and think they're saying something nice, right? But yeah, they got a problem with me because I voted for Trump. And then I'm like, I can't be black and vote for a candidate that I like that's not Democrat? It's just interesting, right? Johan says, I just thought you should know about the guy talking whack. Yep. Biden is a racist. Everyone loved Trump until he ran for president. No, before. Yeah, that's why I said he was friends with Russell Simmons first. Him and Russell Simmons, he said they would hang out all the time, you know, all that type of stuff. Then he ran against Hillary Clinton. And then Russell Simmons, this is when he departed off to whatever country he decided to go to, you know, when he got caught up. And he was like, he couldn't be friends with him no more because he became a politician. That's not a reason to break up my friendship because you're running as a politician. Even if you were running as the opposite party, I'm gonna break up a whole friendship over that. Like, it's not that deep, bro. But we already have one mayor. We don't need another. You know what? I wonder if I should talk about Brandon Johnson. You know, Tiffany Henyard. Y'all hear what's going on out there in Dalton? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and scroll down, man. I can't read all y'all stuff, but y'all definitely cooking up, and I'm reading y'all stuff though. Trump met and embarrassed, and also donated to Mandela. Name a demolisher that they has done the same. Sorry, Democrat. Yeah, man. Uncle Tom. Yeah, did I say Uncle Tom? No, I didn't say that. Yeah, they call you Uncle Tom. Yep. Uncle Tom should be a compliment. Here we go. People don't read books. Tom was the abolisher of the slavery. He was, yes. See, somebody knows. See, okay, Puff. Okay, Puff. Now, I'm going to have to call you, I'm going to have to add something after the Puff, because every time I think of Puff, I keep thinking of P. Diddy, man. So I don't want to associate you with Diddy, the diddler. But, okay, hey, put that down. Put that down. Put that down. Okay, put it right there. Because that's got glass and stuff in it. Yeah, all right. Yeah, leave it alone. So, yeah. So, Puff is... All right, over there, yeah. Puff is right. Puff is right about this, right? Uncle Tom was actually the hero of the story.
Sensational.
So when black people say and they call you an Uncle Tom, that's the perfect time to give them a quick education lesson, history lesson, and piss them off. Because they are just saying things that they've heard, just like they hear on the news, without doing any research. Ain't nothing wrong with Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom, he saved one of the slaves instead of telling on him, But it just sounds good to say. All right, y'all. No, I just, how people say a name and you got to associate a name, or you see a person, you got to associate them with something. So now I see Puff. I'm all right. But see, you can give me a new definition of Puff, and that's all good. All right. You know what? Let me pivot over here real quick before we go into Trump's tariffs and stuff like that, because I want y'all to kind of educate me a little bit too, man. Because I'm learning a little bit about it. Like, I know enough to be dangerous with that, but I want y'all to tell me about the tariffs and stuff once we get there. But let me. Where do we want to go? Let's go here. All right. This is it right here. Mohawk. Let's go see what Mohawk talking about. Brohawk. All right, let's see what we got here.
Questions.
Good morning, Mayor.
Good morning.
You've been invited to speak before Congress. Will you go, and what do you expect to tell them?
I'm going to turn that over to my corporate counsel, Mayor Richardson Laurie.
By the way, this was his very first question of the press conference. He got done talking, saying his own little spiel, and the first question was, "Hey, I heard you being summoned down to the Congress. You go down there and talk to him, or what?" He like, let me go to my lawyer. Smart move, though.
Good morning, Mary Richardson Laurie, Corp Counsel. We did receive an invitation from the Oversight Committee, and it is under legal review, so we are not able to respond.
Hey, I didn't even notice this. Y'all see old Brohawk in the back? Look at him. Look at Brohawk in the back sipping on that water.
Corp Counsel, we did receive an invitation from the Oversight Committee, and it is under legal review, so we are not able to.
Hey, they about to come get me about these migrants. He drinking that water looking a little nervous.
To respond directly to your question in terms of whether he will go.
I need some more water. They about to come get me. I gotta deal with Big Daddy Trump.
It is a communication, and we'll be making legal determinations as to the substance of that communication.
Mayor, if we could follow up with you just on that, would you be inclined to go if your legal representation tells you that you should? And Mayor, I'd love to hear from you if you would.
Mary Richardson Laurie Corporation Counsel, I appreciate the question and the interest. It would be premature to talk about going until such time that we properly digested all the legal issues as well as the other substantive aspects of the communication from the Oversight Committee.
All right, so old Mayor Brandon Johnson is in some hot old mess. He into some mess. Look at this old Mayor Mohawk. You know what, my cousin, shout out to my cousin. I think we about to go to Chicago possibly this month. She campaigned for him. And I remember she was talking about Brandon Johnson, and she was going hard for him. Got him elected, right? So I just talked to her on Christmas, and she is so pissed at Brandon Johnson.
Sensational.
She is saying, like, everything he's doing, he said he wasn't going to do. He did say he wasn't going to raise taxes. She said the migrant issue is insane. She has totally done a 360 on Brandon Johnson. And that tells me I think that's how a lot of people feel. So anyways, off of my story, right? And I can't wait to go to Chicago. So look, Brandon Johnson is being asked to come and testify. And he's going to have to answer about these this sanctuary city thing. This man is in so much trouble. He is in so much trouble. I don't think Brandon Johnson going to make it, y'all. I'm making a bold prediction right now. I don't think that Brandon Johnson's going to make it. What do I mean by that? I think this man is about to resign.
Sensational.
I think that Brandon Johnson's about to resign. Man, this is a bold take. But I think if they run him through that court system the way I think they're going to do, this man is going to step down. He's going to say something like, this is too much stress on me and my family at this time, blah, blah, blah. Because he already knows, he should already know unless he just silly. He ain't getting reelected again.
Sensational.
Oh, he ain't getting reelected again. This may break him. And you already know, Big Ice. Y'all know who Big Ice is? Stop playing with y'all, man. Let me stop this. Let me tell y'all something. Big Ice has already said he is on his way. And if you harbor an illegal alien, you know how fast he be talking, that is a crime. Big Ice is coming for you. So y'all better get it together. Big Ice Tom Homan is not playing with you, Brandon Johnson. I'm telling you. So I think that this sanctuary city stuff is about to come to a screeching halt. This mass deportation is probably going to be bigger than Obama, and it's not going to be a popular thing to be a sanctuary city. See, the citizens, I don't think they really understood what a sanctuary city was from the beginning. Now they understand it, and they absolutely hate it because Joe Biden opened the floodgates so they can come running in here, and they started to see firsthand, black folks and brown folks specifically, what that meant to their community. And they're like, oh, no, we're not going with this. They're talking about turning Chicago red, which,
sensational.
I think when black people show up and they mad, I think they will turn it red, but we'll see. Brandon Johnson, you got a lot of questions to answer. And then I also heard that Brandon Johnson been accepting gift. You know what, man? Let me do this right. So that's Brandon Johnson having to go to this to the Congress. Leave y'all comments below how y'all feel about this. What y'all think's going to happen to Brandon Johnson? I think he'll be forced to go. I think he's going to try to be defiant and not go, and then I think he's going to be forced to come. Right? So that I think they got to subpoena him or something like that. He'll show up, but I think he's not going to be ready. I want to go through this other story. I don't know if I saved it or not, but we definitely go find it here. Man. Oh, yeah, we go definitely find it. Bam, found it. Find it. Shout out to Healer. I see you, man. Let me go ahead and get this ready, get this queued up real quick. Bam! Let me read Healer's comment. Healer says, I will never understand why they want criminals in their neighborhood. I know they hate Trump, but dang, get some common sense. Yep, and then shout out to you. And then I just played a video earlier that showed Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, all saying that they didn't want illegal immigrants, how they had to pay stiff fines. Joe Biden talking about for 6 years, they got to learn English. And if they're here illegally, they got to get deported. Common sense. This is what they were all saying before. So you almost wonder, like, why have the Democrats flipped? Like, what's the incentive there? If Joe Biden said this some time ago, what is flipped now? And I think it's all politics. I think it's agenda filled. And I think that's what they wanted for America. I legit believe that these Democrats of today want to ruin America, in my opinion. Right? Just my opinion. All right. I guess I'm getting out a lot of content today, man. See, y'all got good energy today, man. Shout out to every one of y'all, man. Here come the horn, so it might be a little loud. Shout out to y'all. Hit the like button on the way inside, man. Hopefully y'all can give me a 20 likes. Let's see what's going on out there in Chicago. What's going on with Mr. Brandon Johnson? Let me speed this up just a little bit so we can get a good understanding.
Rules for gifts he's been given.
Yeah, the Office of the Inspector General tried to get details but was denied. WGN's Dana Rebick live tonight on this still developing story. Dana?
Well, Mayor Brandon Johnson calls the OIG's investigation misguided. He told us that he has never seen this so-called gift room inside City Hall. The Inspector General says when these items are not logged properly, it leaves a lot of looming questions as to where they are coming from and the intention behind them.
I don't want people to think, you all, that there's some room in the city government where there's just a wall full of belts and socks and shoes and fancy hats.
It's no secret Mayor Brandon Johnson and previous Chicago mayors received gifts while in office. According to an investigation by the Office of the Inspector General.
No, you didn't say Mayor Lori Lightfoot. Oh, no. Oh, no. She might be better than Brandon, and that ain't saying a whole lot.
Since 2023, Mayor Johnson has accepted things like Hugo Boss cufflinks, handbags from Givenchy, Gucci, and Kate Spade, a person.
Hold on. Now, listen, I work hard myself here, Brandon Johnson. I don't even have no Hugo Boss in my collection. I don't have no Givenchy or Gucci in my collection. Who got Kate Spade? Your wife got Kate Spade. Look at this corruption. Corruption till its finest, boy. Till its finest. All right, I'm sorry. Continue. Look at this. Talking about you don't know where it came from. Who got a size 14 shoe? Who got a size? Check Brandon Johnson's shoe. Somebody check Brandon Johnson's shoe size. He say he don't know where the gifts came from, but if he's wearing a size 14, it's somewhere in his closet.
Personalized pen from Mont Blanc and Carucci size 14 men's shoes. Many items kept in a gift room at City Hall. Can you disclose now, just to give some examples of who sent you these gifts and if any of those individuals or organizations?
He's scratching. When he's scratching, he probably like, yeah, man, them my size 14 shoes. I can't lie about that.
Give some examples of who sent you these gifts and if any of those individuals or organizations received any favors in return.
Well, first of all, thank you for the question. It's a mischaracterization of what's being reported. These are gifts to the city. They're logged.
A city ordinance states that gifts received must be reported to the Board of Ethics and the city's comptroller, but an unwritten arrangement dating back to Mayor Eugene Sawyer, who was in office in the late 1980s, did away with that process. Instead, since then, gifts accepted on behalf of the city were not reported in this way, but rather logged in a book available for public viewing on the 5th floor of City Hall.
We went to the 5th floor in a covert capacity and we asked to see the logbook. We were told we couldn't see the logbook and that we should submit a FOIA request. We submitted a FOIA request. The mayor's office denied it.
The OIG says it was denied access to the gift room, then sending an official letter requesting a detailed list. It found from February 2022 until the end of her term, former Mayor Lori Lightfoot received 144 gifts, nearly 75% of which had an unknown location. Mayor Johnson has received 236 gifts. Only 12% did not list where they were being kept.
What's going on with all this corruption? Listen, this is the first thing I'm thinking of. So Puff said he want Lori Lightfoot back. She just as corrupt. We don't know where most of her stuff came from. Look like Brandon Johnson know where 12% unknown, so he know where most of it came from. All right, so mayor gifts received after 2022, 144 gifts for Lori Lightfoot, 75% location unknown. Brandon Johnson got a hell of a lot more gifts, 12% location unknown. 70% of all gifts, no sender identified. That's the easiest way to not. I mean, you can still send them a message like, hey, bro, look out for that package. Okay, so this is how the corruption work. I mean, I'm smelling corruption all over this thing, bro. You know, I mean, come on, Gucci? Y'all getting Gucci, Givenchy? I mean, who getting all these gifts, man? Who's getting these gifts or who's buying these gifts? Either way, it's not a good look.
The OIG found it was unknown who sent almost 70% of all the gifts.
It's atrocious that we don't know every single person who gave a gift. And it would also be helpful to have context. Why were they getting a meeting with the mayor? And maybe what were they asking for in that meeting if they were asking for something?
And we'll make sure that our team gives you the access that you need so that you can see the gifts that are given to the city, not to me.
To the city and not to him.
The OIG says if these items were not kept in this gift room, they were listed as being in the kitchen or upstairs. They did give a couple examples of who sent some of these gifts. There was a U.S. soccer jersey sent from Nike and also a set of AirPods from the U.S. Conference of Mayors. We also reached out to former Mayor Lori Lightfoot. Her spokesperson said that during her administration, she followed all guidelines when it comes to receiving gifts.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't.
Wait a minute.
We know she didn't. We know they all corrupt. Where's all these gifts coming from? Who's giving? Listen, I'm sure that there's probably no problem in them. Well, there's probably is a problem with them getting gifts, but I'm sure there's a protocol on accepting gifts, right? But when you start having gifts coming in with no names on them, I mean, come on now. You think people just throwing you? You think your citizens are just giving y'all money like that? No, they're not. You think people just saying, "Hey, I think that Brandon Johnson deserves a Gucci shirt with that mohawk. Yeah, let's go ahead and get him a Gucci shirt in one of the cities with one of the highest tax rates in the United States. We're going to get him some Gucci. You know what? Let's get him some Givenchy. Let's get him. No, these are people that got some money that want to make sure that they can grease their palms. It's corruption. It's corruption, and he knows it. See, the bad part now is that it happened with Lori Lightfoot, but there was not that much coverage on Lori Lightfoot that bad, right? Like, I remember she kind of got some coverage during, 2020, during the vid time. But they weren't really after her like that, right? Yeah, Lori Lightfoot is a thief. Shout out to Henry. Oh, yeah, she was just as much as a thief, right? 75% of her gifts, they don't even know where it came from. But the thing is, Brandon Johnson has a spotlight on him. Got a spotlight on him. So everything now is bad news for him. It's bad news for him, man. So, I'm not surprised to hear this particular story that he's accepting or that he has these gifts. I think Brandon Johnson is very disingenuous, in my opinion. That's the first word that comes to my mind. Every time I hear him speak, I'm like, he's disingenuous. I don't believe the things that he says. I think he's gaslighting the people. He's playing politics. He obviously knows the things that the people do not like. And he's being that good Democrat that I heard Mayor Eric Adams say in a Tucker Carlson interview that they told him to be when it came to the migrants. And Eric Adams was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. And I think that he's being the good Democrat because he believes that he has maybe a higher spot to get to, but he's ruining his own career. Okay. I got about 10 more minutes left. And here's where I want to spend 4 minutes on. All right. I want to spend a little bit of here. Yes. I know. Wait. Just wait. Just wait. Just wait. All right. This is where I want to spend it. 1 second. Let me do something real quick. All right. So, this is what I want to do. Taxpayers. You already know taxpayers' money is in that. All right, let's go.
Breaking news, a fist fight breaks out at Tiffany Henyard's Thornton Township meeting tonight, and witnesses say Henyard herself jumped onto the pile.
Yeah, so take a look at this. Video's all over social media tonight. It happened as a community activist and frequent Henyard critic was speaking. He apparently insulted Henyard, calling her a name. That's when a witness says
he called her the B word. He said, "Hey, you gone?" He said, "You gone?" So let's take that back a little bit, man.
So take a look at this. Video's all over social media tonight. It happened as a community activist.
Let me see if I can find a better video because he actually said it. Let me see if I can find the video. He said, "Hey, you gone, chick."
Well, Thornton Township government devolved to a new low after a fight breaks out during a meeting. Now, it appears that fists began to fly after supporters of Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard confronted a critic of hers who had called her an expletive.
What do you call her? Oh, I want to hear what he called her. Look at Tiffany Henyard's in the fight, bro.
The chaos erupted
She's fighting.
during last night's meeting when, during the public comment portion, activist Jedediah Brown called Henyard an expletive. And when he appeared to walk toward her, her supporters, including Henyard's boyfriend, confronted him. The result, an all-out brawl. To the surprise of some.
Look at these. Man,
Sensational.
Bro. Fighting. You about to tear the TV off the wall. Y'all fighting at a township meeting. Come on, man. Y'all got to control your emotions. Now, he shouldn't have. I mean, listen. I mean, you got to have a level of decorum, right? But you can't call her the B word, right? Like, we got to call a spade, right? The guy that was up there speaking, you can't call another woman the B word. That was out of pocket. That's out of line, right? Tiffany Henyard is a lot of things, and she might even be that one. She might even be that one, right? But you can't call her that, and so now you can't be in here fighting either, right? So two wrongs don't make a right. So I think that this entire situation was bad on both sides, right? Why would she get into a fight and jump in the middle of everybody, right? Would they blocked your comment? And then the boyfriend started the fight. So this all just ghetto, man. This is the ghetto mess. It's sad. And of course, this will be played everywhere because we got black folks fighting that don't know how to handle themselves in a professional setting. And so now this becomes the story for a couple of days because this shows that black people can't act, right? Now, he shouldn't have called her a B word, and I got to be real. Like, if you would have called, listen, bro, if you would have called me a B word at that time, I would have said, okay, listen, you can express yourself without saying all that, and so that's disrespectful. You can't cross that disrespect line. So, you got to be careful.
Henyard herself joined the melee.
Look at that. Look at this goofball.
When the guys were fighting, but when she jumped in it, I was just taken aback. I was floored.
Police.
Hey, I didn't see this video. They carried him out like a rag doll, bro. Why he flying? He flying in the air. Look at this. That security guard hemmed him up. He in there flying. The guy, I guess that must have been Jediah.
Floored.
Look at this. He flying, bro. Hold on, let me slow this down because that was too fast. Let me slow this down real quick.
I was just...
You was just taking it back, girl. Now look at this. He's flying, dog. I didn't even see this.
Sensational.
Why is this man flying? They done got him hemmed up. So good. And he up there, then he was throwing up his sign. He was throwing up his set. Hold on, man. Let me talk to this guy real quick, man. Listen, bro. I'm going to keep it a bean, okay? You can't call her the B word. You was out of line for that. You were out of line for that. And then it looked like her boyfriend got a quick 1-2 piece on you.
Sensational.
When you went back to approach him, I think the boyfriend kind of snuck one in on you, or a pretty good one. It didn't look that good for you. And then now you getting taken out of here with both your arms in the air. Listen, it's never a manly thing. If a man is being taken out of somewhere and whenever your arms is up here and you being taken out of somewhere, you done lost, bruh. You going out with no dignity. Your arms flapping, bruh. You chest to chest with somebody else. You done lost that fight, big dog. I don't know if somebody told you this, Jediah. You lost that fight, big dog. Yeah, he throwing up gang signs. He gang banging after getting punched up. He gang banging on the way out, and another man out there getting him up out of there, hemming him up. Look at him. Look at him fly. Fly like an eagle. Look at him flying. He must be short.
Police were... called and Brown was removed by security. Before the
Oh,
fight
he was
broke
removed,
out,
all right.
township trustees were able to address important issues. They finally approved the township's tax levy ordinance and insurance ending the shutdown. Now, the board also voted to put on paid leave 2 of Henyard's associates, one of them being her boyfriend. They also voted to hire independent auditors to look into their work. This as part of all the ugliness that represented last night.
Got her name on the back. Well, I heard that she won't be running for township anymore. I think they totally got her off the caucus. She lost that legal battle. This right here is just total nonsense, man. Unfortunately, I got to take it here, right? I'm not really a person that want to talk about race all the time, but I'm going to have to talk about it during this particular time. It's pretty sad to see black people conduct themselves this way. It just is, man. I mean, we should be able to articulate ourselves and talk and be able to use our voting power to get her out. I mean, she got in, I guess, by being voted in. So yes, you know, there's a process on how long she can stay. I'm sure there's a process on if you want to get her out before then. There's probably got to be some signatures and petitions and all that type of stuff. But we have to use the tools that are given to us. We can't just go up in there and disrespect people and start calling them out their name and getting into fights. It's just unacceptable, man. It's very unacceptable. And here's another thing, too, that you got to think about. That guy, Jediah, and also her boyfriend put a lot of people in danger because anything could have happened in there. Somebody could have had a gun, and, you know, some people's egos are very, very small. They could have pulled out a gun and hurt some other people in there. It could have gotten real bad. The number 3 thing is, you know, the Thornton Township supervisor, goofball, decides that, I'm just going to go and run on in the middle of that, right? You have no level of awareness. You're a woman, small figure, jumping into a crowd of grown men fighting. Again, anything could have happened. Guns could have got drawn. All this. This is nothing but a hot ghetto mess. All of it's wrong. All of it. All of it's wrong. Usually I can say, you know what, this is why it happened. I'm going to just stick with that, and that's how I feel. All of it's wrong. All of it. And I ain't rocking with it. And it makes her look even worse when it comes to a leadership role. We already know she ghetto. We already know she dumb. We already know she don't know how to spend money. She's mismanaging funds, which she's a Democrat, which is not a surprise. Mismanaging funds, right? But now you're getting into fights, like fist fights on camera. And you got an FBI investigation on your tail. Good job. Good thinking. Good thinking. This is bad look for us black folks. And that's all I got to say about that. But let me know y'all comments below. Tell me how y'all feel. Like, comment, share if you've seen us on the replay. I'm on a live stream right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Like this, I'm on a live stream right now. I'm reading a comment from one of my live streams right now because I love to interact with y'all. You said, I believe I can fly. Yeah, that's the song I heard when I seen him getting hemmed up out of there. I believe I can fly. Woo! I'm telling you, there's nothing manly about getting carried out like this, bro. Or chest to chest with somebody with your legs flapping out the back. His legs was up and out. Yeah, and he up there throwing up sets after getting pieced up, man. All right, anyways, I'm going to get off that. Last topic, man. Let's talk about Trump. See what's going on with Trump and these tariffs. Yeah, she was always ghetto, or this always. Oh my goodness. But here's the thing too. They voted her in. So as much as you want to like get mad at it and see, I'm gonna get her out of there, they voted for her. So they kind of you get what you vote for, man. Yeah, being in a full Nelson as a grown man is diabolical work, fam. Grown man, full Nelson, throwing up sets, gotten pieced up. Poof, poof. Hey, man, just take your L and just walk out, bro. You getting carried out by security. One security guy, chest to chest. Hey, I'll be like, man, get your hands off me, man. I mean, get your hands off me. I'm gonna walk out here with some respect. I just got pieced up. You don't see my like Mike Epps. You ain't see me fall. You ain't see me get pieced up. Man, get your hands off me. I'm gonna walk out. I'm just gonna walk out of here, man. You ain't gonna pick me up and carry me out. Man, ain't gonna have me on camera flying. The heck is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? But all right, let me see. All right, y'all. Let me get to this. Get to this part, and I do want y'all help on this because I want to see what's going on. Because I only read a little bit. Trump's, I guess he signed a new executive order. Another one. Oh man, I forgot to put that dang soundbite on here. Another one. I'm trying this new glasses thing out, man. It's not that bad. Just trying out this glasses thing, but it definitely helps to see things long distance, boy. I tell you. Feel like an old man being there like, eh. Why do people read like that? Like why do old people why do they bring it down to the nose? Like, why is all this exposed? Why is all this open? And then they reading a book and they be looking like this. Like, why don't you just have them up, you know what I'm saying, and bring your paper right here? Like, what's this? And then they make that face like that. Like, I feel like it's more work to have it down because, like, your eyes might still be exposed up here and they be in that. It's like, I don't know, man. You know, if I'm gonna wear some glasses, I'm just gonna wear them right here. You know what I'm saying? That slide down on the nose, the pinch nose pose. It's diabolical work, fam. All right, let's get to Trump. I know I got it in here. This one I know. Orders came to see this. Came to see Selena Gomez. Selena Gomez up there crying, so out of touch. She don't know that most Americans are okay with what is going on. All right, let's go over here. Here we go. All right, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Got 23 people in here. I appreciate y'all, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button on the way inside. I would love for y'all to help me get to 20 likes. So let's go ahead and hit this real quick. Let's see what's going on right here. Yeah, she is an actress. She cried on spot. All right, so President Trump updates China, Mexico, and Canada tariffs. Please, y'all in the comments below, I want y'all to kind of let me know more about what is going on in this particular executive order. So I'm going to lean on my man here, BX Mail, Ortis. I'm going to lean on y'all just to let me know, what does this executive order cover? So let's go. Right, I need one of them pens Trump got, man. Maybe it's one of those. Maybe it's probably one of those pens that Mayor Brandon Johnson got. You know what I'm saying? One of those block pens or something. I wonder if somebody gifted that to Trump. Let's go.
Mr. President, is there anything China, Canada, and Mexico can do tonight to forestall your implementation of tariffs tomorrow?
No, nothing. Not right now, no.
Not a negotiating tool?
No, it's not. No, it's a pure economic. We have big deficits with, as you know, with all three of them. And in one case, they're sending massive amounts of fentanyl, killing hundreds of thousands of people a year with the fentanyl. And in the other two cases, they're making it possible for this poison to get in, number one. And number two, we have big deficits, and it's something we're doing. And we'll possibly very substantially increase it or not. We'll see how it is. But it's a lot of money coming to the United States. As you know, we have about a $200 billion deficit with Canada, getting close to $200 billion. They've treated us very unfairly. And I say, why should we be subsidizing Canada? They, you know, it's...
Let me wait for this to come back up. Huh. Okay. I'm following it. Let me speed this up a little bit. All I need is a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Taxing Canadian oil 10% with more tariffs in February. So taxing Canadian oil 10%. So is that what it is? 25? Is it 25%? Mexico 10% for Canada. What are they being, I guess, taxed now? That's probably the question I would like to know.
Wonderful. I have so many friends in Canada. It's a great place.
Is there a concession you're looking for, sir?
No, we're not looking for a concession, and we'll just see what happens. And with Mexico, it's the same thing. We have a $250 billion deficit, and we have a lot of people coming into the border, and now we've largely stopped that, but we stopped that ourselves. I think they've done a fantastic job. You've seen the numbers. They've dropped to almost zero. But we've suffered under the past administration for years and years. We've suffered with millions of criminals coming into our country. Criminals, people from jails from all over the world. They come through Mexico, and they come through Canada too. A lot of them come through Canada, and a lot of fentanyl comes through Canada. And China makes the fentanyl. You know, China makes the fentanyl, gives it to Mexico, puts it through Canada, puts it through different places, mostly Mexico, but also a lot through Canada. And so all three haven't treated us very well.
Sir, can I ask you about your meeting with NVIDIA? What did you talk about, and do you think you need to ban
NVIDIA? I got some stock in NVIDIA. What's going on?
Chips that they're selling to China?
Well, he's a great gentleman, and I hadn't met him. He's the biggest in the world in terms of chips. And I can't say what's going to happen. We had a meeting. It was a good meeting. But eventually we're going to put tariffs on chips. We're going to put tariffs on oil and gas. That'll happen fairly soon. I think around the 18th of February. And we're going to put a lot of tariffs on steel. We already have tariffs on steel, and we've saved our steel industry, but that was relatively small compared to what it'll be. But we're going to be putting tariffs on steel and aluminum and ultimately copper. Copper will take a little bit longer, and that'll happen pretty quickly. It'll mean it'll be a great boost for our steel industry. It'll make our steel industry very strong. If I didn't put the tariffs on years ago on steel, which actually Biden left because there was so much money that they couldn't do anything about it, I think we would have lost. We would have one steel mill in this country if I didn't do that. We saved.
And see, you know, that was a conversation that I had with somebody else, that there were tariffs and tax cuts that Joe Biden kept, right? And Joe Biden purposely, and Kamala Harris, right? Kamala Harris purposely didn't want to talk about, right? So when people were talking about tariffs and people that were misinformed, like, oh my gosh, it's going to raise up the price of eggs and everything else, they didn't want to talk about the fact that there were already tariffs on certain people from when Trump was in office before. So it must not be that bad if they kept those tariffs there. And so that's why I don't know everything. I'm not an economist or whatever, but if this means bringing more money in, right? Because I think they pay more at the border or something like that, right? So they pay more to bring it in, and if that means more money for America, we should be thinking more about our pockets, but that's just my opinion.
The steel industry. So it was an honor to do it, and I think the people that love me most in the whole world are people that make steel. But we're going to be putting, sometime this month, next month, we're going to be putting tariffs on steel and aluminum, and we'll give you an announcement as to what the exact date is. But it'll be a tremendous amount of money for our country, a tremendous amount. These are big numbers, and in addition to that, and you see the power of the tariff. I mean, the tariff is good, and nobody can compete with us because we have by far the biggest piggy bank, and so that'll take place very quickly. But also, we'll be doing pharmaceuticals, and to bring our industry back. We want to bring pharmaceuticals back to the country, and the way you.
Yeah, man, because I know somebody in my family right now that works at one of the big three, and they had a big layoff, and he was very nervous about what was going on with the automotive industry before Trump came in. And he said that he's starting to feel much better about what's going on. Things are kind of picking up. I think like the Jeep, a bunch of stuff going on. But he feels like a lot of business is going to start coming back to the United States, which means more work. He said it'll take time for them to bring all that type of stuff here, you know, but he says the good news is as long as they're bringing that information, as long as they bring those companies back here, that's more jobs. So if this is forcing companies to invest into the United States, this is a good idea, right? I'm just saying.
Bring it back to the country is by putting up a wall, and the wall is a tariff wall. We were the richest country in the world. We were at our richest from 1870 to 1913. That's when we were a tariff country. And then they went to an income tax concept, and how did that work out? It's fine. I mean, it's okay, but would have been very much better. So we'll be doing pharmaceuticals, importantly in drugs, medicines, etc., all forms of medicine and pharmaceuticals. And we'll be doing, very importantly, steel.
Your time matters.
All right.
So let
me let this thing kind of cook up. So interesting, man. So it sounds like Trump, because Trump didn't talk about this when he first ran, if I'm not mistaken. It sounds like he's done like some research. He's really figured out some things that may work this time around. And so I think that losing in 2020 really helped him understand things a little bit better. We won't know. We got to give it a 4-year time span. But I got a really good feeling we're on the right track as far as bringing money in instead of just spending money and printing money. I think we're good. And if he's bringing jobs back to the United States, that's good for America.
We'll also be doing chips and things associated with chips.
And sir, what do you plan on talking with the Japanese Prime Minister about next Friday when you all meet?
Well, he's coming in next week. I don't know who he is for a meeting, and I have great respect for Japan. I like Japan. Prime Minister Abe was a very close friend of mine. What happened to him was so sad, one of the saddest days. But they're coming in to speak to me, and I look forward to it.
Mr. President, on the crash, do you have any concerns that your commentary about things you have described as common sense or your observations could in any way interfere with the thorough investigation of the crash?
No, I think they'll do an investigation. It'll probably come out the way I said it. I like to put it up front. I'm so tired of listening to things happen to our country, and then people say we'll do an investigation, and 3 years later they come out with a report that nobody looks at. Especially, not in all cases can you do that, but in this case, you had a helicopter that was, the Black Hawk was too high. It was above the 200 limit by double. Shouldn't have been there. And there were some other mistakes made too, and I pointed them out also, and I was right on all of it, but they'll still do an investigation just to check it out. But I think that's
Commander-in-Chief, are you at all concerned about opining about the Army and the conduct of that aircraft when you are Commander-in-Chief and these are the people who report to you and there's an investigation ongoing?
This was all caused by bad rules, regulations, and other things by the Biden administration. And when you look at the way they ran things, in fact, if you look, we hired, one of the first things I told them to do is to get talented people in those beautiful towers overlooking runways. You better get them in there fast because we don't have people there that are qualified. And you knew that because planes were landing very, very late. They were circling all over the place. We had people that didn't know what the hell they were doing.
And sir, there are planes in the air everywhere, and there are other air traffic. Pardon me, sir.
We have to have the best people, the smartest people, the sharpest people as control tower experts. And that's what they have to be. They have to be experts, and they have to be very smart. And we didn't have our best. And if you read the quote that I read yesterday at the news conference, it talked about people that were psychologically injured were okay, and people that had lots of problems were okay. I'd read it again if you'd like me to, but I don't think I have to waste your time.
Does that give you concern, though, sir, with planes in the air all around the country, people relying on that as safety? Are you suggesting there's an ongoing risk?
No, I think there's very little risk, but I think that we have to make sure that this never happens again. Very, very little risk. And we're taking actions that this can't happen again. The helicopter, as you know, was...
So I think that might have been it.
We gave it to Panama, then with a lot of...
So I'll leave it right there. I kind of started because I didn't see this, so I was kind of seeing where he was going with it. And so interesting, man. And I'll be paying attention to see where this goes as far as Trump and his tariffs. I really believe that he's on to something, because he's all about more money coming in, right? He's trying to figure out all the money coming in. And so he's got, people wanting to invest in AI. There was another person, I think, from like Dubai that wants to invest money here. There's some billions of dollars. So like he's really focusing on trying to bring stuff in. Of course, for me, I want you to put the money in the right places. That's the biggest thing when it comes to government that I'm still iffy about because obviously they both have agendas. But so far, Trump it's only been 2 weeks, but he's really showing himself to do as he says and say what he means. I mean, the first day the guy got in office, he's been saying what he was going to do day one for years. And when he got in office, he did exactly what he said he was going to do. And I'm believing that he knows what he's doing as well with the tariffs. Well, first of all, what he did with that Colombian president, to me, was remarkable. Because I followed that story in real time and I said, okay, what is this going to mean when they're not taking these migrants and they're sending them back? And then Trump's talking about tariffs. I'm like, dang, what does that mean? And of course, you had the other media saying, oh my gosh, coffee's about to be expensive. Well, it's not all coffee. It's just the coffee that comes from Colombia. So there's other coffees to buy. And within an hour and a half, the guy goes, hey, no, my friend. We take them back, my friend. Bring them here. No, we'll take the migrants. I'm sorry. I'm actually going to send my plane. And 2 days later, they showed the plane actually being sent and picking up the migrants and dropping them off in Colombia. And that's when I sat back and I said, let's give this a second. Let's let these things play out. Because maybe he already understands. No problemo, signore, my friend. I take my plane to you, my friend. He says, I don't want you to spend no gas, no fuel, my friend. I pick my plane to you. He said, I take him, I pick him up. Listen, and I said this, let things play out. Let them play out. So all the Democrats, all the liberals that are going insane, let things play out. They haven't played out yet. When you see the freeze, which I'm going to talk about here in a second, relax, let things play out. Right? When you see him talking about DEI, relax, let things play out. Because when Trump said things years ago, they were calling him conspiracy theorists, crazy. And then what happened years later? A lot of these things came about. So he may be seeing things before they happen. And you guys are too late to the party because you want to be in your Trump derangement. So relax and give things a second, right? Just give things a second. Shout out to Healer. He says, businessmen with common sense that wants the best for America. That's what he's showing himself to do. He's now, and small things about what Trump is doing. He's showing you kind of like, I'm for the people. Declassifying JFK and MLK. What does that have to do with Donald Trump? Nothing. But he knows that the people want to know. Talking about the drones, he knows that people just want to know. And he wants to be transparent. Hey, just go tell them. Tell them this. This is what's going on. Declassify it. Yeah, I think they got 15 days to come up with it. Go ahead. Give the people what they want. I feel like what Trump's trying to do this time is finish off his legacy by being transparent and truthful. So I feel like he's doing a lot of things for the American people. Just like almost like just handouts. Just give that to them. Let them give them the truth. Let's go. Right? Let's let in some podcasters in the press room. You see what I'm saying? I'm going with this. Like he's really tapping into his people's champ. You know what I'm saying? Era where he's really showing himself to be somebody of the people. And so relax. Let things play out. All right. I talked to somebody today, kind of freaking out about a lot of things. And I'm like, bro, he's been president for like 2 weeks, man. 2 weeks. Where were your antennas for 4 years? You know, that just
let him cook. Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said let him cook.
It just baffles me, man. It really blows my mind that people want to complain about Donald Trump being in office right now. It's been 2 weeks. And for 4 years, we went through misery. We went through incompetence. We went through the dumbest things that ruined America for 4 years under Joe Biden's leadership or whoever the hell was running this country. And they were quiet and they were happy. As America was burning down, they were okay with this. Trump gets in office for 2 weeks, 2 measly weeks, which they're not measly, but I'm just saying, because he hasn't done anything. He's got 4 years. And they're like, oh my God, no, he rolled back DEI. No, he signed on an executive order to go to the border. No, he do mass deportations. No, he's getting rid of a gender. He's making only male and female. It's like, y'all relax. It's just been 2 weeks. And also, where were your antennas? He already said he was going to do these things already when he was running for the campaign. Where were y'all at?
Sensational.
And so now what they're saying is Project 2025 is in full effect. I told y'all. Shut up. There is no Project 2025. Y'all lived through misery from Project 2020 to Project 2024. You were in misery. 2025 is so we can clean up your mess. And hopefully in 2026, we got things on track to move forward. Joe Biden's economy is trash. The numbers are out. The inflation numbers are insane. He's the worst president in my lifetime. He's probably one of the worst presidents, one of the top 10 worst presidents ever. Easy. And the numbers are the numbers when we talk about the economy from Donald Trump to Joe Biden. There's no disputing that. There's no disputing any of that. Shout out to y'all. I see y'all in the chat. There's no disputing. Numbers, facts. So what I tell you guys that are all tripping out about Donald Trump and his signing of executive order and saying, listen, Donald Trump is going to be in front of the camera. He's always been transparent. But where was Joe Biden for 4 years? How many times did you see him come on camera? How many times did you see him go into the press secretary room? When Joe Biden went into the press secretary room, they made it seem like it was a party. It was a rare occasion. Oh my gosh, Joe Biden is here, guys. Donald Trump went in there on day 1. Day 2, he was in the press secretary room. He's already been there probably more times than Joe Biden. What's the problem with y'all? I really would love for, and I might have to try to get a Democrat to call up to the show because they go in hiding so much. Right? It's like, where's Waldo? You can't find a Democrat nowhere. Where are the Kamala Harris voters at? Can't find them nowhere. What's wrong with y'all? This man is trying to fix what has been messed up for 4 years. For 4 years. Right? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Johan. He says, you guys should look up Kurt Weldon's work. Great insight into the sham of 9/11. Shout out to BX Mail who says, Colombia didn't want to risk that loss. Besides, they need coffee to smuggle other illegal goods in. Biden was a placeholder. I don't think he truly wanted the job. That's what we all know that Biden was not in there running that thing. Somebody else was having an agenda that Biden was running. They didn't want that man in front of the camera. They didn't want him talking. He got in front of the debate and got exposed. He got completely obliterated in front of America. And then we found the Democrats scrambling, talking about we need to do this, we need to do that. Oh my gosh. What? We already knew that this man was done. The Democrats have exposed their hand, and they're going to be, and they don't get it. They don't get it. Trust me. They don't understand. They still don't get America and what's going on in America. So what I say here to people that are freaking out and who will continue to freak out. That's why I said we need to check up on our Democrats, because they're going to be checking themselves into a clinic. There's no way that they're going to make it for 4 more years, guys. There's no way that they're going to make it because they are freaking out about every little thing. They're going to be panic attacks at a record high in the next 4 years, a record high. And they're going to be like, they're going to say symptom, Trump derangement syndrome. The reason why they have high anxiety is they said, but Trump. All they said when I talked to them was, but Trump. I say that being funny, and I'm being a little facetious about it, right? But I'm being serious. There's going to be a lot of Democrats that are going to have just anxiety on high, stressing out, can't believe Donald Trump. Every time Donald Trump gets up, these people are going to be sick. they're going to mess around and get themselves sick. And we're going to be looking at them like, sis, bruh, what the hell is wrong with you, man? I can't believe you like Donald Trump. I'm like, calm down, bro. You all right? What you need, a Zanny? Somebody get him a Zanny. Let him pop. I know he's not supposed to have a Zanny, doc, but he gonna need a Zanny. Give him a Zanny. He'll be all right. He'll be out like a light. Telling you, man. But anyways, what I wanted to say and what I wanted to end this off with was I like what Trump has been doing since he's got in office. He's handling business. I can appreciate it. He said what he was going to do. He's still doing what he said he was going to do. And so that's why there's no real surprise here. There was surprise after surprise for 4 years to Joe Biden, all the way up until he even got out of office. Dude was pardoning people. I'm not going to pardon my son. Pardons him. Pardons Dr. Fauci. It was just surprise on surprise on surprise for 4 years with Joe Biden. Hell, when Donald Trump won the election, that was the scariest 2 months of the whole entire 4 years, because he was ready to sabotage the entire country. Send money here, do this, pardon this, commute sentences here. Like, dude was out there just, or somebody else was out there just causing havoc. It's just weird, man. Weird. So Trump said, hey, this is what I'm going to do. Here's the blueprint, and I'm going to execute. There's no surprises here yet from people that followed Trump. There's no surprise. This is what he said he was going to do. Even John Fetterman said the same thing. He's like, hey, man, Trump said he was going to do this. Like, I don't know why Democrats are even getting all, get their pennies in a bunch. He's already said he was going to do with mass deportations. He said he was going to do with this and that. And you know what part that really bothered me, man? You know the part that's bothering me, and only bothering me because, like, it shows me how stupid people are? They're now talking about, well, why the price of eggs has not went down. I'm like, what? The price of eggs are still high. Are y'all stupid? Like Caroline Levitt said, like, you know what I'm saying, ever since Joe Biden was in, it went up like 65% in the month of December. So now y'all want to complain about how expensive things are. Because y'all thinking, oh, Donald Trump's in office. He said he was going to do this and that. Yeah, and your candidate didn't say nothing about lowering the price of groceries or bringing in energy. Your candidate said nothing about nothing. She was on Jerry Seinfeld. What's that? The show about nothing? She was running that. She gave y'all absolutely nothing. Trump get in office. Gas still high. Groceries still high. Yeah, you goofball, is high. Because y'all put in the dummies in charge of the White House, who just was printing off money like crazy instead of actually trying to find ways to put in money. And the last thing is what I want to say. When it comes to Trump's hiring freeze, this really shows me that people don't know anything about money. See, all Trump is trying to do, and I explained this in my last video that I just released today. Trump is taking over someone else's financial situation. Okay, I want everybody to put themselves into a situation where now I'm going to say, hey, I want you to now take over this. This is your wallet. This is what you're going to live off of for the next 4 years. Good luck. So the first thing you're going to say is, well, all right, well, how much money do I have? First of all, let's just start off here. How much money do I have, right? Because I got to figure out how to live off this. And then when you say, all right, in order to find out how much money I have, I got to log into my app. All right, let me see the statement. All right, I got to see what's coming in, what's coming out, what came out last month, what came out in November, so I can kind of predict what things may come out this month, right? This is just basic, like, budgeting one-on-one. Okay, so once I figure out, okay, $50 million going to Ghana for condoms. What?
Sensational.
No. Right? What was another $100-something million going? Okay, all right, cool. So now you're calling your bank and you tell, hey, let's freeze this real quick, because I'm about to open up another bank account so that I can stop all this stuff that might be coming out, so I can manage this much more effectively. And Trump is saying he ain't trying to stop stuff. He's trying to figure out what is going on. Do you know how many things that Joe Biden probably was sneaking up under the radar of payments going out to people that Trump don't even know about until he does an audit on the money? See, these are the things that people ain't thinking about. You don't, come on now, y'all don't think that Joe Biden got some money going to some foreign country or somebody's pockets on his way out? Yeah, Trump's probably never going to catch this, so let's go ahead and send this over there. Keep them going. And he's like, oh, okay, let's stop this and let's now figure this out. He's a businessman and he wants to understand money. What's coming in, what's going out. And I need to make sure I got more coming in than what's going out. He's like, hey, I got people from Dubai. I got people trying to invest in AI. I got all this money coming in. I don't want it to go into a dark hole to where I'm actually dishing out more than what I'm receiving. This is what Trump is trying to do. This is what Trump is trying to do. He just got in office. He's got to basically take care of $1 trillion budget. In order to even understand the budget, I got to understand my expenses. What are my income? What's my income? What's my expenses? Those are the two basic things when it comes to money. When people are out here talking about he's stopping Social Security, he's doing this and that, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. They haven't really read anything because he hasn't stopped Medicare. Section 8 is still going. All these things are happening. They're not reading and they're only reacting. And they don't understand money. Not a surprise if they voted for Kamala Harris. Lady that blew $1 billion and went $20 million in debt. Not a surprise there. Trump even offered to pay her debt because she mismanaged it. That's what I got to say about that situation. Let that man find out what's going on with the money and let him work. Joe Biden don't care. Joe Biden probably is so financially irresponsible. He probably just started, his day one and just start saying it doesn't matter because we're going to take all the money here. We're going to throw it out the window and then we're going to print more money back there. We're going to just keep on printing money anyway. He didn't care about a financial audit. He didn't care about none of that. What the hell that mean to Joe Biden? No. He wanted to spend some bread. Let me read y'all comments, man. Let me get up out of here. I appreciate all y'all, man.
Sensational.
Johan says, imagine the national budget being ran by Hunter Biden, which most probably it was. Hunter and Burisma board, $50 million easy. Healer says they just printed money when they needed it. I doubt that anyone on the Hill knows anything about budgets. Nah. Absolutely not, man. Absolutely not. Well, man, y'all let me cook on this show. It's a Friday night show. I see the numbers back there, man. The numbers kind of rising, man, as far as the viewership. So I appreciate y'all, man. You could do me better on the like button. Oh, I appreciate everybody that hit the dislike button, too. We got a couple. We got 3 dislikes in here. Okay, that means we moving up in the world. Yeah. It's funny how they won't comment, though. They won't say, hey, man, bring me up. I want to debate with you. I want to have a respectful discourse with you. It's funny that they don't come on. Appreciate it, Johan. Thank you. So, I'm going to try to find a Democrat that got enough balls to come up here and articulate their message, but it's hard to find them. Like, I've had them on the show before, back during election season. I think I I think I had 3 people come on. I remember one dude's name was Tom. Maybe I could send him a message on Instagram, see if he's still around. Because I just like to have conversations with people. I like to see where people are at, man. Salute to the Diddycrats in the clouds, right? 3 diddlers in the stream, right? All right, they gonna hit the dislike button. Dummies don't know they still helping the algorithm. The algorithm don't care whether it's a dislike or a like. It just counts as engagement. And you know that. So, yeah, man. So, let's see. I don't know, man. I might run another show. Tomorrow's busy. Sunday, Monday. It might be Sunday or Monday. I'll run a show, get some topics together, get some good off topics, and see what's going on, man. But I appreciate it, man. 2.5 hours y'all had me on here, man. Hopefully some new things are coming to the channel. Like I'm trying to get my wife to help me decorate this. I also have this area right on over here. I ain't gonna show y'all, but I got an area right on over here that I'm gonna turn into a studio session, a studio theme as well. So hopefully I get all this stuff completed by March, so that way I can have a whole new look, man. I've been rocking with this look for a minute, so I think it's time to get y'all a little something different. All right. Appreciate all y'all, man. I hope y'all have a good night, man. It's a little cold over here. It's snowing, so y'all be safe if it's snowing by you. Stay warm, all right? Let me get up out of here. Like I say, after every video, that this is chess, not checkers, and I'm going to see y'all at work 2 times. See?
Get comfortable, brother, get comfortable. I'm about to get comfortable, brother, get comfortable. We don't consistently do what we do. Talking is talk, walking is walk. I'm about to get comfortable, brother, get comfortable. I'm about to get comfortable, brother, get comfortable. Oh, they don't like that. Oh, because I'm here and ain't going nowhere. I'm about to get comfortable, brother, get comfortable. I'm about to get comfortable, brother, get comfortable. We don't consistently do what we do. Talking is talk, walking is walk. I'm about to get comfortable, brother, get comfortable. I'm about to get comfortable, brother, get comfortable. Oh, they don't like that. Oh, because I'm here and ain't going nowhere.
The question for me is, can I play without cheating this game? The day I can't give the game everything on the floor is the day I'll be done. Lucky for you guys, that day is not today.